To best understand the realities of this contest, we must start near the end before we start at the start, here in the moments going into round 5. Both men must have known it was even as they prepared to give everything they had to win these final moments. The round, the belt, the fight, the night, and the 20 minutes they had just shared gave them insight and information, yes, but this data is not absolute. It is filtered through our knowledge, our beliefs, and our life experience. Sanchez had dreamt of this moment, but Pitbull had been here before, so he knew the young lion would fight with urgency and that he must counter that with analytical calm. What had happened in rounds 1 to 4 have been digested by now, but they are now irrelevant. These minutes, the present moments, were all that mattered. When Sanchez brought the fire, Pitbull knew the openings would be there, and they were. Big. My friends, this is not a story of how Pitbull won round 5. This is a deep dive into the precarious nature of every paragraph, every sentence, and every metaphorical word exchanged in every fight. The truths of the moment-to-moment fragility. Wrestling initiated here, rejected. A slip, a slippery back take, an attack on an arm, and a definitive position achieved. All that back and forth, 21 minutes of combat, all of it riding on these moments in round 5. Imagine being right here, under the champ. Victory as close as possible, perhaps, but slipping away. We've all heard the saying, the moment of truth. Well, this right here, this is the truth of a fight. It's enough to make the stomach drop. Now imagine you're these two athletes. The great Patricio Pitbull has defended the title many times. Sanchez in his first 5-round title fight. The thing is, once the gloves touch, the familiar reappears. But if you're Sanchez, you didn't expect this. Bink. Touches and then drops the champion early in round 1. Look at this little movement. The little jab to the overhand right. Now, Patricio looks to counter over top the punch. Sort of a reverse of how he dropped Michael Chandler. But the head is moving away. Patricio is moving forward, and that punch drops him. Now, Sanchez has to readjust, and every little interaction is something that could go the other direction, something that changes. Now, Sanchez will move the hand here and get it on the head. From here, he can frame, which will set up punches. These punches are damaging to the champion, but the champion readjusts, and this ongoing nature of adjustment and readjustment, the different possibilities of what could happen at any moment are clear. You look here, Patricio Pitbull has the underhooks, the double underhooks. All he has to do here is drop, rejoin his hands low, and he takes his man down. But every single interaction matters. Right here, Emmanuel Sanchez will bring the arms in, drop his own hips low, and get up underneath. You look at the differences of each of these micro battles, what a difference each one would make. One moment you're held, the other moment you are in control. And these micro battles would continue throughout this classic contest. We're in round 1, and Emmanuel Sanchez here moving and trying to line up Pitbull. A wonderful round for the challenger, and we got ourselves a classic. Round 2. Now we're going to flip back and forth between the perspectives of the champion and the challenger, but imagine you're Sanchez. You've come in here against the great Patricio Pitbull and you took a round from him. You feel good, you're taking his shots and you're landing yours. But man, things change quickly. This punch right here doesn't look like much, but this jab might be the one, if not the one that cut him, the one that opened it up. And look at the counter here. The jab touches. Now off balance as Patricio's moving the step and the round kick. Now imagine if that makes contact. These things are at play in every moment of these classic fights, and even a dink bink. Boop. Right there. These shots, every single one of them matters, because that shot to the groin creates a stoppage, lets the blood flow, lets the lungs of both men fill with air, and it has an effect all the way through. Look at this bizarre sequence, and imagine just how random it is and how much fights like this are decided in this way. Watch the left foot of Sanchez and the right punch right there. Underneath, see, it gets underneath the leg and throws him down. Now, as he stumbles, it leads to an attempted guillotine. The attempted guillotine leads to a sequence against the fence, and that leads to this takedown. All of the movements, the moments, all of the back and forth of these fights are what makes them so brilliant. History says Patricio Pitbull won this fight, but the minutes were won and lost and back and forth, and that is what makes this one so special. Round 3. This man's combination of left hook and right cross is the very best in the game. As he leaps in behind this left hook, watch the right cross, the touch, and bink. He does connect. So why? Why on this day is this man still standing? Why does he take his best shots? It is just the sequence of events, the movements, the connection, the relationship between these two on this night. The ever-changing nature of combat is such. But look at here. Just that moment will change everything. As he's caught, Emmanuel is caught by Patricio, but he's taken down. He's still attacking, constantly attacking, fighting from the bottom, giving no inch. Patricio Pitbull is the very best at 145 pounds, but this man would not surrender. Now round 4, very much the same. We're into the meat of it, and look at this one. This sequence right here, the step, the hook, to the step through with the outside trip, that is perfection. And at this point, it is Sanchez trying to take it back as they wobble back and forth through the beauty of these contests, these moments, these rounds, this fight. This becomes an all-time classic. Look at this right here. This one sweep becomes a crotch lift, a high crotch to a takedown with Patricio Pitbull on top. He's fighting from there again. Sanchez not giving an inch. It is the back and forth, moment to moment fight. It is thousands of microscopic fights within the fight that makes this one so special. What is the point of all of this? It is that it can go either way. Each of these moments can go either way. Every fraction of a moment within this fight could have gone either way, and that is what makes this fight so special. Here as Patricio fighting into the single leg, onto the fence. They swap situation, and then they make space, and we go in to that round 5. My friends, we return to this moment in round 5. Sanchez, in the fight of his life, needs the round with the greatest in the game on top of him. The assignments are clear for both men. Pitbull, the brilliant veteran, has learned throughout the contest, managed his energy, and put himself in a position to win against the young lion if he dominates the positional and physical engagement. Sanchez must fight for every territorial gain. He's up. It's heart and will, but then he's down. Experience and skill. There it is. Look at the elegant details. You rip a gap and then deploy a lifetime of training expressed in mastery of opponent and self. Pink. The experience in the depths is perhaps what's making the difference. Sanchez fights to shrink the margins, control and leverage, foot to the earth, and he's back to his feet. It's heart, it's guts, and it's a spinning elbow. But what makes the greats, the true greats, special is the performance in the moments that really matter. Imagine how disheartening this would be for anyone not named Emmanuel Sanchez. Boop. But Sanchez just keeps getting up, and the great Patricio Pitbull just keeps putting him back down. He's learning what works, and he's learning what works, and he's deploying this knowledge ruthlessly. You don't always get to decide what you'll show in a fight, but you always get a chance to show something. Sanchez rips out his own beating heart and shows it to Pitbull and to us over and over. He'll push off here. Look at the forearm. Just makes enough space to get up. Yes, the champion was victorious on this day, but victory and defeat never tell the whole story. In this one, Sanchez versus Pitbull won. The whole story is a classic contest between two perfect rivals. Pitbull won this beautiful contest, but Sanchez left us, Pitbull, and himself with the knowledge that he belongs in there. Gentlemen, we are in your debt for this special 25 minutes. We were honored to witness it, and we will be privileged to see you do it again. Friday, April 2nd at Bellator 255. Thank you, Patricio Pitbull, and thank you, Emmanuel Sanchez, for this wonderful fight.